mate, it's your show.
Oh, well,
I'm just
it's a little bit crispier than I was imagining.
Did you buy your stick rake yet?
No stick rake yet. No, mate, I haven't had a chance to do much, to be honest. I've been that crook.
Or when I'll be able to see it, there's the boys are moving like 120 piglets. What is it, Paddy? What is it? It was exciting, wasn't it, mate? Hello, ducks.
So remember, guys, please like and subscribe. We obviously want as many people to get this information in this education, so share it if you can. Might be a bit thick to see.
Okay.
You really think you would remember how you did this last time? Got an exciting meeting with Pinos too this week. There's a group of young guys that make just the most amazing salami.
Nice.
Look at that fuel gauge.
You've got heaps, mate. You'll be right.
Oh no, there's heaps in there.
Oh.
The gauge mustn't be working.
No.
So Lukey, isn't Taffer Place no-till? Great question, Dave.
I'm full of good questions.
Guys, you'll never hear me claim no-till, and there's a few reasons for it. First and foremost is we have a lot of pigs, and pigs create massage, and I don't think that anyone that's running pigs on any scale should be claiming no-till. It is a natural till and it's a natural massage, but that's why I never claim no-till. The other thing is, so what we're doing here today, you guys need to have the reference. This was a acre lot that I essentially gave to a young man that decided he wanted to run a market garden business. So it was actually garden beds and whatever. You've seen in the last few videos, we've had pigs in there. They've made a bit of a mess of it. But this really needs to be rotary hoed because Pia, we want to put sunflowers in here just for giggles more than anything. This is the part of the, when you come down our driveway, this is kind of what you see. So we want it to sort of look nice. So we just thought it was something a little bit different we can do, and we'll turn the pigs in here and the pigs can have at them anyway. So this needs a little bit of fluffing just so I can plant the sunflower seeds into it. But it's not a part of our program. It's not a paddock. It's not a cell. We don't do this routinely. It's had a lot of compost imported into this for the market garden system anyway. So this is definitely not a part of our natural system. But the other reason I use this rotary hoe sometimes is just to clean up behind the pigs. Where we feed the pigs gets quite compacted. So sometimes I will use this, rarely. I don't think we've ever shot me using this. I rarely use it. That's why I had no idea how to put the bloody thing on. But it is handy for that. So I don't claim no till. We definitely don't till. We don't use any mechanical till. We're not out ploughing paddocks. I don't own a plough. But there's a bit of an explanation. Let's fire this bad boy up.
Pigs didn't like the onions so much. This was full of radishes that had kind of wild seeded, which they've smashed the radishes. That's a good little radish leaf there. But not the onions as much.
Yeah, I can't even remember how to use it.
Let's pick up some of this plastic. I was finding wire. Luke just found a knife.
Like a steak knife.
Maybe he had his lunch down here.
Yeah.
Bit of garlic from the tea. Yummy.
I reckon there was at least 60 tonne of compost brought in here.
I was literally going to say, I reckon he said 60.
Yeah, I remember him getting the truck bogged in here. That was good fun.
Yeah.
The sunflowers should shoot.
Yeah, but to get an understory?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just so that when they're finished, there's something there, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to keep doing it over and over and over and over. I've got some good stuff in there anyway, so.
There's still, I thought they would have got all the radishes. There's still a few around.
Well, it keeps bouncing back.
Yeah.
So it'll forever, I reckon that'll just forever grow veggies. It's just in there now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because he let heaps of stuff go to seed. So.
Oh, it was permanently in seed. But then when you need to work on it, it's just so, everything's, you know, it's so compact, it's very hard to work on.
Abort! Cattle are coming our way. Abort!
We should have known that the Germans were going to be doing like 3 jobs in one go.
Yeah.
What we see from here, the boys have obviously just put the pigs that were in the garden that we've just started tilling are in Wayne there.
There was a goat with them too.
Yeah, up the top there.
Little goatie?
No, the goat's in the next one.
Oh, the next one.
Yeah. Those goats, but they are the meaning of free range. I'm happy to admit I have no control of where they go.
They've stayed on your property confines though?
No, they're happy. They're happy, but I don't know how we're going to catch them.
Nah. No.
They'll probably end up just retiring here. So you just asked me why I didn't cut one of these cells out here. We had a really good amount of ryegrass in it. The problem for me in my own head is that soil and that ecosystem has worked so hard to grow this beautiful big plant. Part of that is for that plant to then either get stood on or grazed and to release roots, and there's a whole cycle that should be completed there, and I just worry that coming along and literally raping all the nutrients from that soil by removing that biomass and not allowing it to somehow complete the cycle and return nutrients into the soil, it doesn't sit. I'm not anti-cutting hay, but it just doesn't sit really well for me. So if I can get through the season without it, I will.
We were going to go down the bottom, but there was a traffic jam.
Yeah.
How many weaners you said? 70?
70 weaners there, which is, you got to remember in the context of this site, Tasman Place Free Range where we live, which is where we are now, is only 100 acres. And there's 85 breeding sows on here, 6.5, well, close to 8,000 ducks. So the fact that we can carry this many weaners and grow out this many weaners is a testament to the season we're having, actually. We can go down now. Paddy's at the point now where he needs to eat.
We all get to that point.
Some of us are well past that point. I drilled that, God, it must be 5 years ago. It keeps giving. See, people will tell you don't let a cell like that go to seed, but if even just for 1 year, if you do let it go to seed, you let it spread its seed out. It's kind of the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah,
you know?
it makes sense to me that is like it's logical.
Yeah, so the reason they say that is in the growth curve of the plant and the nutrients it can offer your ruminants. You don't want it putting all its energy into a seed. So that's that argument.
Right. So
which is true.
Yield on beef is what.
Yes. Look, you can just see his ass there. There he goes. Look at that hole. How has he gotten through there? Plenty of grass to graze. They've hardly made a dent in here, have they? It's the complication for this season for me. The season's been so good. So typically I can put a group as a nursery group like this together, and they'll weaken the perennial, they'll weaken what's in here. But the season's been so good this year, they seem to hardly be able to make a dent. I mean, look at this. Oh, I'll show you something cool too.
We're just getting these little spurts of rain.
You know what time of the year it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's intermittent smoko.
Yummy.
No, I don't know. No, about sucking.
Well, you don't get seeds. You want seeds? Keep chewing them. Up to you.
Could we make some sort of alcoholic beverage out of these darts?
100%. I'm sure that exists if we Google it. Some sort of blackberry cider. Well, here's an idea.
Was that one you did, Dove?
No.
Oh.
I just like it. Just touching wood. It's good.
All right. Look already.
Yeah, the trample already.
So the plan in here is, instead of just letting them at this and leaving them in here getting them from drier feed straight onto this super rich stuff where most of it's just going to go straight through them. What I've asked the guys to do is, you can see there's some really beautiful oats and stuff. We'll go for a walk in a minute. But I've told Leo to go an hour today, an hour and a half tomorrow, 2 hours the next day, 2.5 hours the next day, and bounce them in and out. Really? So they fill their guts up with the ice cream or with the super high energy stuff, but then they get back on some drier stuff, because we're trying to keep what's coming out the back end a really lovely consistency. Whereas if I just stuck them in here and really let them go at it for a few days, a lot of it, unfortunately, we just go straight through them. Let's see if we can have a bit of a look at their grazing. Right, so the best thing about bovine is that the saliva, everything they do, everything that they do when they're grazing is actually promoting that plant. That plant's now going to go, oh, righto.
Well, it's co-evolution, right?
Yes.
Between herbivores and...
Well, that's if you believe in evolution, Dave.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Look, they just know to nip the top, just nip the tops off it. Look at that little bastard down there. He's having to reach up.
Yeah.
So this, guys, go back a couple of videos. Dave will probably be able to tell you which one.
Yeah, it was October. Would have been about the 4th or 5th new video we did.
This was our maternity ward. So this had the big shipping containers in it, and this is where all the sows were giving birth. And anyone will tell you that pigs just kind of wreck the ecosystem? Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't subscribe to that. This has gone absolutely nuts. There is tons and tons of beautiful feed in here. One of our little Jersey bull calves. He needs to lose his knackers too, actually, in the next few weeks. But yes, you can massage the land effectively with the pigs, and then you can see most of this is just volunteer. You can see I did come in and drill a little bit of bits and pieces where the shipping containers were, and it was more bare. But they're going to have an absolute ball in here.
Love it. Super interesting for you too, I guess. Like a few months ago, you had some ruminants, but you were just kind of bouncing around just to keep the grass down for the ducks. But then all of a sudden, seasons changes, and now you get to experiment with some really interesting sort of management of them and pasture. Yeah, definitely. Oh, look, I have done this in the past. Yeah, I've got a little bit of experience. I'm not never claimed to know what's going on, but yeah, we'll have to do another video. But there's been some structural changes in the business, so I'm in control of all the cattle now again. Which isn't, I'll be straight up, it's not my overwhelming passion running cattle. I love the fact that we can supply our own shop, but I'm never going to want to be a big cattle producer. It's not something that excites me. But yeah, definitely. So you can see already they've had a little wander through here. Look, Dave. Yeah, just nip the top off it, you know. So that's an oat for people that don't know. And I really, in the context, if you can see how much is in here, just a splattering. As a part of the ecology, I really like it, and it works well in our climate and situation. You guys have seen the results down here in Flozzo when the pigs create the disturbance and I can come through and direct drill. But I've had pigs down here for ages, and they just can't beat the season. The season's too good, you know. So I'm going to stick these sheep in here because the sheep will graze it right down. And we want to obviously light that fire when we're allowed to. We're not allowed to burn in Australia at certain times of the year. But we'll get rid of that, and then I'll drill it. And then we'll start with our dam digging, which is a whole nother exciting concept that we need to fill everyone in on, I guess, in time. It's a system that if you get it right, it's going to get better year on year on year on year. It's, you know. So we filmed in here 10 days ago or 11 days ago when Luke let the cattle in, Luke and Mickey. And you remember how high it was? Yep. So they've knocked a lot of this over, so you can see we've still got a lovely thatch, insulating thatch to protect the soil. But these plants, believe it or not, these will go again. You can already see that started to shoot. Yeah. There would be wonderful, wonderful root systems in the ground here. So they will release that energy now. They will use the stored sugars in their roots and then release that carbon as organic matter, and they will regrow. And you can sort of see up the back end there where obviously it didn't get grazed as hard. It's already sort of bounced back significantly, but very exciting. That's the cycle. That's what we're looking for. And you've got to remember they know what they need. Yeah, that's it. Every plant to them it's doing something else for them.
So guys, we'll cap this one here. You can see I'm just going to buzz around and finish all this. I'm not too worried about the thistle that's in there. I will run it over and I will crush it. It is going to work as organic matter. And I think whatever I drill in there will outcompete it. So before you ask me that question, but otherwise, guys, please ask us questions and you know, we want to hear your thoughts on what we're doing here. If we can explain things further, let us know. But thanks for coming for a wander around, and we'll see you next time.